Well guys, I'm about to get real honest with you in this video because my July sales were absolutely horrific. So let's roll that intro and get right into the video. Hey guys, it's me Kay and you've arrived in my weird little corner of the internet. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm a part-time reseller mostly on eBay and Poshmark, and like I said in the intro, my July sales reselling wise were completely terrible. It's my worst performing month so far of 2022 by at least $300, if not more. I don't have final numbers yet because I don't have my numbers for my antique booth where I sell locally. But as far as online sales, not looking too good. Also not looking good in the booth. I think this is going to be my second month in a row of having a negative balance after my rent is taken out for the month. So we'll talk about that in a different video, but in this video I want to talk about some of the reasons why I think that my business really suffered in the month of July, and then we'll also talk about 12 items I sold on Poshmark and eBay, I can't talk, that sold for over $40. So prior to July, April was my worst month. I think I profited around $1,700 in the month of April, and then my May was amazing. I broke $3,000 in profit in May, which I'd never done before. The closest I got was like $2,800 or $2,900 in 2021. So I was super excited to see that number. And then June, they tanked. And then July, they tanked a lot more. So there's also a few other factors going into this because July is my birthday month. My birthday is the 4th of July. So I'm usually away doing stuff, and you know, it's just, I don't really want to be working on my business when I am, you know, going on vacation. Usually if I go anywhere on a trip, I don't put my stores on vacay mode, but I'm also not listing anything. I will accept offers that come in, but other than that, I'm not really doing anything for my business. And at the end of June, I also went away to Norway for like 5 days. So once I came back from that, it was pretty much already my birthday. So there was like a 2-week period where I wasn't listing like at all. And also at my full-time job, things have been getting a little bit crazy. We've been down a full-time employee since November, and they finally hired someone who started in the middle of July. So that's 9 months that we've been without a team member. So it's just been me as the lead and then my other colleague that I kind of manage. So it's been a struggle to keep up with everything work-wise. We're not allowed any overtime, so I have to try to do my normal tasks as well as keep up with the previous employees' tasks within the same 40-hour-a-week period. So it's hard, but then when we brought in the new hire in the middle of July, I had to do all the training, and I'm going on, I think, week 3 of daily trainings with the new person, and so I just haven't really had time to even sit down and film. I haven't had time to list. A lot of the times I will list while I'm on my breaks from my day job, so there hasn't really been any time for that, which also I do apologize for skipping my Wednesday upload yesterday because this is what's going on in my life right now, and that definitely put my sales into a nosedive for sure. It hasn't been good. The past week or so has been okay since I started kind of listing again late at night or on the weekends, which typically before now I didn't really work at all on the weekends. I like to have time for myself, and working, you know, a normal 40-hour-a-week job plus doing reselling and YouTube on the side. I like to have days that I could just do whatever else that I want to do. So I try not to do any business stuff on the weekend, but because my sales have been so gruesome, I decided to do a little tiny bit of work on the weekends, and it's definitely helping. But hopefully soon, once the new hire is fully onboarded and familiar with all of our processes and how to do her job functions, it'll be a little bit easier for me to get back into the normal swing of things where I'm listing things every day, because that definitely helps my stores stay alive, and I like that because this is my fun money. Yes, I don't use this money to, you know, support myself, but I like to save money. Most of this money gets saved. It's used for vacation. I'm taking my daughter to Disney in a couple weeks. She hasn't been to Disney in 10 years. 2012 was the last time I took her to Disney World in Florida, and she made it through 2 rides and then fell asleep in the line for the 3rd ride. Granted, she was 2 years old, almost 3, like a month before her 3rd birthday. So, you know, we've been to Hong Kong Disney since then. She doesn't really remember that too much either, but it'll be nice to enjoy that. But that money all came from reselling. Reselling paid for that trip to Disney. So again, just because it's not supporting me doesn't mean I don't enjoy having that supplemental income and, you know, kind of like a little nest egg. So I definitely want to keep up with my business, especially so if I don't know what's going to happen with my full-time job, because as I've talked about in other videos, I'm severely unhappy there. So I'm hoping to make a change in that area before the end of the year, but we'll see how that plays out. So yeah, I definitely want to keep going upwards and not downwards. So I'm going to keep listing a lot more, as much as I can physically do, because I am a one-woman show. So I've got to take that into account as well. Okay, so let's talk a few numbers. The first one I'm going to talk about is my total profit for July, which is $1,447.23. That's after taking out my cost of goods, all of that fun stuff. It doesn't include taxes. That's a whole different animal. But just my profits, so sales minus any fees and minus cost of goods, equals $1,447.23. It's still good. I mean, it's $1,447 more than I had in June, but it's still not great, especially after, you know, May being $3,000+ I definitely want to try to get back to that. Now let's talk about the breakdown. So on Poshmark, which used to be my main platform but hasn't been my main platform in almost 2 years now, it's been eBay. But on Poshmark, my total profit was $461.13. On eBay, I had $927.38. I like to stay at 1,000 or above on eBay per month on profit, so I just missed that, but it's still about 64% of my total profit for the month. So, you know, that's fine with me. On the REFERRAL, I profited $4.08. I also haven't sent a box to them in a while, so they're just sitting on a bunch of stale stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna send in another box soon. I think this weekend I will probably make a video about that, but I think that might be my last box for a while, because they really reduced their commission rates. But we'll talk about that in a video about the REFERRAL. On Facebook Marketplace, I made $20 in profit. I sold a wire shelving unit that I had in my laundry room and decided I didn't need anymore, and so I listed that locally. Someone came, I left it outside of my front door, someone came, picked it up, and left me $20. I actually listed it for $15 and she left me $20 under my mat. So I don't know, maybe she thought that the price was $20, but I ended up with an extra $5 than I originally expected. On Mercari, I can't remember what I sold. It was just one thing though, and my total profit was $9.62. Meh. And on Depop, I sold 2 t-shirts. My only 2 Depop sales I've ever made so far. I just started that platform though in July, so hopefully that will grow a little bit. I'm not expecting it to be anything close to Poshmark or eBay, but I mean, if that happens, that would be great, but I doubt it. So my profit there was $25.02, and that makes up the total profit for the month. All right, let me move over to the side a little bit so you guys will be able to see the photos on the screen, but we're gonna talk about 12 items that sold on Poshmark and eBay. I think there's 5 on Poshmark and 7 on eBay that sold for more than $40. That's the sales price. So on eBay, that does not include what the buyers might have paid for shipping. It's just the straight sales price, $40 and above. So let's get started. Okay, so before I share the items with you, I'm gonna share the date that it sold, the item that sold, how much it sold for, and what I paid. I don't have a breakdown of profit per item. I'm trying to minimize how much work I have to do to get these videos up, so I'm sorry about that. But like I said, I already gave you the total profit for the month, and you probably can figure it out by the, you know, Poshmark fees are 20%, eBay fees, I think it's around like 13%, something like that, minus my cost of goods. it is what it is. So the first platform we're going to talk about is Poshmark, and the first one on there sold on 7-Eleven. It was a Patagonia Better sweater. This one sold for $63. It was an automatic offer to likers. I'm using Flip right now, even though I hate Flip. If you want me to talk about why in a different video, just let me know and I will definitely do that. It's really making me wish that I kept my Posher VA subscription, but I'm cheap and I like to save money where I can, and Flip is currently free, so I'm using that. But yeah, so I have it set to like 5 minutes after someone likes an item, it sends an automatic 10% offer. So that's what happened with this sale, and I paid $10.39. Then on 7/15, I sold a pair of Nike sneakers. These are the Nike Metcon 4. If you do any kind of training, lifting, bodybuilding, I really recommend the Metcon 4s. I love them as a training shoe. I recommend any of the Metcons, to be honest. I have a men's pair that I absolutely love. Granted, I don't really do the gym thing anymore, but I just love them. They're a really flat shoe, so it's great for compound movements like squats and deadlifts, that kind of thing. These were a size 7.5, and they sold for $59. Again, that was another automatic offer to likers, and I paid $9.99. Next, on the 19th, I sold an Eileen Fisher organic cotton blazer. This sold for $40. I'm pretty sure this was an offer from a buyer, not an automatic one that came from Flip, and I paid $0. So this is so old that it was before we got the self-checkouts at all of the Savers locations in my area. So I had to go up to the register, speak with a human being who scanned all my items, and I don't know what happened, but there was a small stack of like 4 or 5 items that she ended up not scanning, and so they weren't on my receipt, and I didn't notice until I got home because I wasn't really paying attention to her scanning the items. I was just waiting at the payment terminal so that I could put my card in when everything was all said and done. And I also entered my phone number because I'm part of the Super Savers Club, which is why I always get 20% off. So I didn't end up paying anything for this item, so I got the full profit after the Poshmark fees. Next, on the 27th, I sold a pair of Lululemon Aligns. These sold lightning fast and within a couple hours, and this was an automatic offer from Flip of 10%. These were the Lululemon Align Pant 2, the 25-inch inseam in the French press color. It was like a chocolatey brown color. I believe these were a size 2. These sold for $58, and my cost of goods was $7.59. Then the last Poshmark sale for July that was over $40 was on 7/28, so the next day after the Lululemon sold, and this was a pair of Everlane jeans. These were the super soft straight leg jeans in a size 30. These sold for $43. Again, another automatic 10% from Flip, and my cost of goods was $5.43. So out of those 5 sales that I made over $40 on Poshmark, 4 of them came from an automatic offer to likers of 10%. All right, so let's talk about eBay. On eBay, I had 7 sales that were over $40. Like I said earlier, it doesn't include what the buyers paid for shipping, just the sales price was $40 or more. And the first one happened on the first day of the month. Great way to start the month. So on 7/1, I sold a Sweaty Betty, Snowy Betty sweater. It's really hard to say. I've actually filmed that a few times, and this is the first time that I actually got it without stuttering over my words. So it was like a blue chunky knit turtleneck with Snowy Betty in white font, and it sold for $47. That was an offer from the buyer who lived in the UK actually, so this went global shipping program, and I paid $4.79. Then on 7/7, I sold a pair of hideously ugly sneakers, my opinion only. They were an Anthony Wang Blackberry platform sneakers. I shared these in one of my Friday thrift hauls, or Friday thrift finds hauls, I believe, and these sold for $40. Another GSP sale, these went to Canada, and my cost of goods was $5.03. Then on the 11th, I sold a Squishmallow. I actually talked about this in a previous video, the one where I talk about how I source my plush and some plush sales that I've made so far in 2022. This was the Squishmallows Justice Exclusive Violet the Penguin. It was a lay down one, not the usual round ones, kind of like a Hug Me. This one sold for $43 and my cost of goods was $7.99. Next, on the 16th, I sold a purse. This was an Eric Javits black round clutch. It was made out of like a woven material, and it had a zipper that went like halfway around the circle. I didn't even know this brand until I got a pair of shoes in a thread-up shoebox. And someone had commented and said that they were pretty pricey. I looked at this on eBay when I found it in the store, and the only one I could find that had sold within 90 days was brand new, and it sold for $100. So I felt confident picking it up, even though mine was not new with tags. It was pre-owned. It sold for $60, and my cost of goods was $4.79. Then the next day I sold a Lunya cozy cotton silk top. Lunya is a great sleepwear brand. It was on my brands that I wanted to manifest in 2022, and I finally found it. This sold same day. It was an offer from a buyer for $50, and I paid $5.09. She left me really good feedback. She was so excited about this top, so I'm really happy about this sale. Next, on the 25th, I sold a pair of jeans. These were a Levi's 501s. I only pick up select Levi's. I pick up the 501s in the Mile High or Rib Cage, but the Mile High and Rib Cage don't do as well for me as the 501s. I know a lot of you have the opposite experience, but that's just what's been working for me. These were in a size 29 by 30, and they sold for $40 exactly, and my cost of goods was $9.44. Then the last sale over $40 for the month of July happened on the 30th, and this came from a thread-up DIY designer box, the only DIY designer box I've ever been able to get my hands on. Was not that impressed with it, but this is now, I think, the 3rd out of the 7 items that has sold. And this one is another GSP sale. This one is going to Korea. Well, it went to Korea because it's already after the 30th. This was the Valentino 100% silk tank top, Italian size 44, US size 8. Sold for $40, and my cost of goods for all of the 7 items in that box was $17.15 a piece. So in other words, I didn't really make that much money on that silk tank top, but I am happy to move out those items because all of them were pretty damaged. I still don't know what I'm going to do with that Longchamp bag. If you watched that video, it was pretty much destroyed. I do have it listed, but I honestly think I'm just going to eat that $17.15 that I paid for that and donate it or trash it. I don't know. Unless one of you wants it as a project bag, just reach out to me and I will send it to you. You could just pay for the shipping. I will send it to you because I don't know what else to do with it. But anyway, those are the 12 items that I sold for over $40 in the month of July. I know a lot of you have been asking me for more consistent what sold videos. I don't know if I have the stamina or the time to go back to my weekly ones where I just reviewed the previous week of sales and I talked about every single sale that I made. If you guys want to see like a certain price point, maybe at the end of the month after I've gone through all of my numbers for the month, I can certainly do that. I can do $30 and above, whatever you guys would like to see. I think it's helpful to see a certain price point, but if you guys want to see like my really low sales for the month, let me know. I will do that as well. I can do one video about the higher dollar sales and one video about the lower dollar sales. I just don't think that I could ever get back to a point, at least right now, while I'm still working full-time, to do just a week at a time. But we'll see what happens. Things are always changing, as usual. But that's all I have to share with you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that your July sales were not as bad as mine, and you know, let's move forward into August and let's rock August and get some really great sales. Let me know how they've been in the comments below. I'd love to hear that stuff, especially if you guys are having lots of success in the reselling world. But yeah, that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching as always. If you enjoyed it at any point, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out here on YouTube to know what type of content you enjoy seeing from me. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here in my weird little family on the internet, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.